Hey, welcome back, guys. The official trailer for Power Ghost Season 3 has finally arrived, and it's an action-packed thrill ride based on the images that we were blessed with. There's a new connect coming in the spirit of savagery to the Powerverse that has Tariq, Monet, and all parties involved in a complete frenzy. I'm here to break it all down, frame by frame. Before we begin, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and bell notification to immediately receive these videos. Also, big thank you to all of my channel donors. If you'd like to be the next one, drop $1 on that Cash App for us. And lastly, a spoiler alert is now in effect for all things Power. Here we go. Throughout Power's trailer history, the official preview generally gives the audience insight into the very first episode. That episode in this new season is titled Your Perception, Your Reality. I started to break down here because perception versus reality is a major theme in the 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene, which if you follow my videos and the Power series at large, you're already aware of. Tariq graduating from the mean streets to Wall Street builds on this theme. The title lends credence to the perception of legitimacy in the business world versus the reality of illegality that lies beneath it. This is what we were shown throughout the course of these images. We see Tariq and his partner in crime, Brayden, plotting on the wealthy's desire for good times by any means, donning the unassuming costumes of suits. The suit speaks for its wearer before he even opens his mouth. It expresses to the onlooker that this is a no-nonsense person whose only mission in that moment is to execute business. In fact, one of the major highlights that made Ghost such a beloved character throughout Power's original run is that he always stayed clean in his attire, suited and booted from head to toe. He was a master of perception, or as he once conveyed to Angela in what seems like a lifetime ago, a seller of fantasies. This is where Tariq finds himself in Season 3, as an inversion of his father's unique presentation, and also what McLean intends to drive home by glorifying the power of the suit. After all, it has worked wonders for someone as shady as himself, someone whose crooked ways are perfectly disguised by the impeccable nature of his appearance. Following McLean's warning that the people still watching Tariq won't be put off by the aforementioned suit, we enter Tariq's new drug connection in Season 3, the big bad Noma, along with her criminal cohort Obi. Noma is described as a worldly and powerful woman with a regal presence who has built her wealth with an illicit global empire and is not afraid to protect it by any means necessary. Obi's description speaks to a more dual nature. He's depicted similar to Tariq himself as a young man schooled in Britain who knows his way around a gun but is equally comfortable in a boardroom. As an educated kid turned hustler, Tariq and Obi share somewhat of a kinship minus the Britain piece. It'll be interesting to see how the two characters relate to one another. As for Noma, that seems like a whole nother level entirely. From the moment she touched the screen, this commentator couldn't help but see a similarity between her features and those of Tasha St. Patrick. Tariq's mother was ruthless in her own right and did whatever needed to be done to protect her son. Noma carries a similar quality and is protecting a baby all the same. Not a human child, but one she birthed nonetheless in the form of her global business enterprise. She's a chilling new addition to an already cold power world where only the savage survive, and by the looks of her gun and that big-ass machete, she's been surviving a long time. The only form of care she exhibits throughout the entire trailer is wiping the blood off Tariq's face as a mother would wipe saliva from her son's cheek. Tariq and Noma's dynamic will be nothing short of wild given what we know of his personality and the glimpses we've been offered into hers. The next instance displaying perception versus reality is within the Tejada family. The Tejadas are in the midst of turmoil due to the untimely death of Monet's nephew's son, Zeke, who was accidentally deleted by Lorenzo in the finale of Season 2. The story picks up in the immediate aftermath of the tragic event, with Monet on a rampage for the truth of her son's killer, while simultaneously being threatened by Noma and her new order, at least seemingly. Monet is currently unaware of Lorenzo's part in Zeke's death, and she may never discover it from him if he's discarded by the aforementioned Queen Pin. That certainly seems to be a possibility as he's confined by a group of unnamed figures in the trailer, likely under the threat of death. Courtney Kemp has maintained that a power character's death is earned, and Renzo earned his when he pulled that trigger. This season will likely be his last, and could be why Monet stresses to Drew that she's in charge now, and things are about to look differently. Lorenzo's only play is throwing his fiery spouse off his guilty trail, something that doesn't seem to go his way prior to Monet's reassertion of dominance, as she points her gun with murderous intent at an unknown figure. For all we know, this could be his end, and Power not making us wait for such a major death would be more than satisfactory given the extended layoff. The reality of Lorenzo's actions versus the perception of his non-involvement will be his undoing in Season 3. Finally, and perhaps most critically, the perception versus reality theme rears its ugly head in the form of Lauren's death. Tariq's perception of what happened to Lauren versus what really happened will cause irreparable damage to the only people Tariq can trust, and to his own mental state going forward, having been betrayed by those closest to him, the woman he loves, and the friend he can't fully function without. The friend is visibly attacked by a furious Tariq in search of the truth. And as for that woman, Effie of course, she's questioned by Tariq regarding Lauren's true fate, even as lawyer seems to be hinting that Effie should be dealt with, as we see Davis conveying to Tariq that, quote, she has to go. The carnage in between consists of the following: Braden and Effie concealing the unforgivable, a man resembling Cooper Sachs holding a gun to Tariq's head, Drew further descending into darkness and at odds again with his brother Kane, Tariq channeling the spirit of Kevin Nash and jackknifing his partner, a shootout at Zeke's funeral, Sachs at gunpoint, which may be why he's returning the favor later, and Diana deepening the wedge between her and her mother. All of these events culminate in Grandma Estelle deeming Tariq as every bit the criminal that his father was, to which he replies that, quote, I'm not like my dad. I'm smarter than him, better than him. This was a heavy-handed quote to conclude this monstrosity of a trailer with, one that I'll be analyzing in full in a video to come. So stay tuned, because we are officially back. And that'll do it for this one. What were your thoughts on the official Power Ghost trailer for Season 3? Be sure to drop me your opinions in the comments below. As always, I thank you for watching today's video. If you liked today's video, go ahead and drop $1 on that Cash App for us, hit the like button, share it with your friends who are Power fans, and subscribe for more content such as this. This is Rudy P. Magic of Rudy P. Magic Beats, and have a blessed one until the next one. Peace, y'all.